What's up, guys? It's Zero here, bringing you all a brand new Gears of War Reloaded video. So let's get into it. So, guys, Gears of War is officially back. I mean, it is so back in ways that we were hoping for, dreaming for, but didn't know if it was ever gonna happen the way it is, where not only did we get probably the most anticipated and hyped up Gears of War title of all time, being Gears of War E-Day. I mean, at least from all the way back that I can remember, from getting the original Gears of War on Xbox 360, there was so much hype and anticipation for Gears of War 2. And then I think it like peaked with Gears of War 3. And then over the course of time, I mean, we had Gears of War Judgment, and then, of course, you know, the Coalition was formed, and we went into the dark ages of Gears, I feel, when Gears of War Judgment released. And when I think of hype for an upcoming title, I mean, I think E-Day is up there with Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3, you know, for sure. Maybe if it's even surpassed that, because there are so many people that have been yearning for another great entry into the Gears of War franchise. And something we've been asking for is E-Day and the Pendulum Wars. Those are kind of like the two games where diehard Gears of War fans have been asking for, is stories based around those time periods, whether it was E-Day or the Pendulum Wars. I mean, there's others as well, but I think that people are incredibly excited about this title. And Gears of War Reloaded, of course, is kind of fast-tracking what could become one of the biggest third-person shooters in the world, because now Gears of War is going to be multi-console. It's no longer an Xbox exclusive, at least Gears of War Reloaded. We don't know about E-Day yet, but if we're tracking this right, Gears of War Reloaded is now giving us the opportunity as a fan base and as a franchise to be the biggest Gears of War ever made. Because now it's going to be on PlayStation, which, say what you want about PlayStation, PlayStation has been the bigger console in terms of player counts, consoles sold, things of that nature, over Xbox for a very long time. And Gears of War notoriously has been an Xbox exclusive, and now it's changing. Now it's going to be on PlayStation as well as Xbox. And I can't be more excited than I am, guys, about it. I mean, this is so exciting that Gears of War is going to be on PlayStation, so all those PlayStation people get an opportunity to play it. Xbox people, of course, get to sink our teeth into it while we're awaiting Gears of War E-Day. If E-Day comes out on PlayStation as well as Xbox, I believe Gears of War E-Day will be the biggest Gears of War of all time. And to be quite real, especially if it's good, it might not even be close. This might be the biggest Gears of all time. And it might not even be close, because now you're opening the door to not just Xbox, but also to PlayStation. And so one of the things that have come up within the Gears of War fan base is, since we're getting Gears of War Reloaded, could we get, and obviously Gears of War Reloaded, guys, is going to be a remaster of Gears of War 1. And a lot of people are asking the question, well, will they do a Gears of War Reloaded 2 for Gears of War 2 and a Gears of War Reloaded 3 for Gears of War 3? And I think what's happening is Gears of War Reloaded is opening the door for that to become a reality. I think there's absolutely a method to the madness over at Microsoft and the Coalition for them not releasing the Gears of War collection, which is what was rumored for so long, a Marcus Phoenix collection, a retelling or remaster of the first 3 games, which are the most coveted of the entire franchise. And instead of putting them all into one game, I think what they're doing is they're doing the Reloaded, which is Gears of War 1, and then they'll at some point or another do a Gears of War 2 Reloaded, Gears of War 3 Reloaded, and I absolutely think that there is I believe now there's a world where that happens. Whereas we thought it was going to be a collection and now it's going to be individual games. And it makes a lot of sense, not just from, they don't want, that being the coalition and Microsoft, they don't want, the Gears of War collection to take away from what is going to be Gears of War E-Day. Because if you have all these amazing games that are remastered, and let's just say a lot of people love those three, and they have a multiplayer component with them and all of those things. And when Gears of War E-Day comes out, a lot of people don't move over from the collection to E-Day. Obviously they don't want the collection or Reloaded to take away from what Gears of War E-Day is going to be, because that's going to be the flagship, right? This is just more or less a remaster of the first title, which is one of the most, this kickstarted Gears of War as we know it. And so I'm incredibly excited about it. It makes a lot of sense from a business perspective for them to bring out Gears of War Reloaded as just Gears of War 1, and then you bring out 2 and 3 at later times. And it kind of quenches our thirst in between these games. So say Gears of War Reloaded comes out, they knock it out of the park, which I believe they will, even though I'm not a huge fan of the cover art. I don't like the way they made Marcus look on the front cover and stuff. He just doesn't look nearly as badass as he did in the original Gears of War. But nonetheless, if they knock it out of the park, which I believe they will, Gears of War E-Day comes out. I believe Gears of War E-Day will be the biggest Gears ever, especially if they put it on Xbox as well as PlayStation. And then Gears of War 2 Reloaded could come out, a year, 2 years after Gears of War E-Day, or maybe a few years, who knows. And then you get Gears 6, or whatever the next title is that they want to work on in terms of the main storyline. And then, of course, Gears of War 3 Reloaded, and then a Gears 7, or however they decide to do it. I think what this is doing, guys, is Microsoft is showing a commitment to Gears, that they want this to be around for a very long time. And they're going to take this almost as like a test subject to see, okay, how big really can Gears of War be? And I think they're going to find out that Gears of War is one of their biggest titles that they currently possess from an IP perspective. And I think they're going to follow suit with Halo. I think the next Halo will not just be an Xbox exclusive. I think they're going to test it with Gears of War Reloaded, see how well it does. And then they're going to do the same thing with Gears of War E-Day. And the next Halo that comes out, whatever that title is, I believe that they're going to make that also multi-console. I mean, guys, it's a great time to be a part of the Gears of War community. It's a great time to really feel good now about, okay, we know that there's a direction for Gears of War. We were in a limbo state, a state of, we didn't know what the future held for a long time within Gears of War. Even though the Coalition had confirmed after Gears 5, they had confirmed a Gears 6, a Gears 7, but we just hadn't, so much had changed. Rod Ferguson had left the Coalition to go work over at Blizzard, started working on Diablo, and so there was a lot of unknowns. Now we know, okay, we got Gears of War Reloaded this year, more than likely Gears of War E-Day next year, and these get knocked out of the park, future entries into Gears of War. Super excited about it. Let me know what you guys think, though. Does Gears of War Reloaded open the door for Gears of War 2 Reloaded, a Gears of War 3 Reloaded? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And for more Gears of War Reloaded content and videos, keep it right here.